Alright, shalom, shalom, Yasha Allah. Back at you with another Lord willing edifying lesson under Brother Nakum. But before I go any further, I'd like to give all honor, all glory, and all praises to our Heavenly Father, to His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Kakwadash. Next up, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and from teaching this truth according to the Bible. Double shalom to all you sincere Akim. Shalom. And I'm just going to get into a Lord willing edifying lesson pretty much on our power, Yahweh Shema Shah. And when I say our, I mean you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latin Americans, you see. But your power, Yahweh Shema Shah, they control all things. Everything comes and it's of them. You see. Yahweh Shema Shah, they control all things here upon the face of the earth. You know, so without further ado, I'm going to dive right into it. This is Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. That's right. You see, it's Yahweh Shema Shah that forms the light. When you got the sun outside, you got the glow from the moon, that's Yahweh Shema Shah that formed the light. But they also create darkness. Even on the spiritual sense, it's Yahweh Shema Shah that gives you the light. That gives you the wisdom, knowledge, to understand these scriptures. But what? They can also keep you in darkness, keep you in a confused state of mind for you not to receive the wisdom, knowledge, to understand these scriptures. You see? So it's Yahweh Shema Shah that forms the light and creates darkness. It reads on. I made peace and create evil. I, the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, do all these things. That's right. It's Yahweh Shema Shah that makes peace. And we clearly can see that we're not in peaceful times. You see? But if we were, it would be Yahweh Shema Shah. They would be the one making peace happen. But not only do they make peace, they also create evil. Evil means bad times. So all the bad times that you're seeing upon the face of the earth, all the bad times that you're seeing taking place right about now, guess who's behind it? Yahweh Shema Shah. You see, they do all these things. They form the light, create darkness. They make peace and create evil. So I'm going to grab my next precept. This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people be not afraid? And that's a question. You see, and the answer to that question is, yeah, the people are supposed to be afraid. But guess what? The people are not afraid. You got the prophets that Yahweh Shema Shah has raised up in these last days, you know, to blow the trumpet, to give warning to our people. And nobody's afraid. You see, we're telling them what's going to befall the earth in these last days. That the strong G5480 is about to be made mandatory. That there's going to be teeth of wild beasts out here in this earth eating people. You know, that there's going to be food shortages. You see, that America's going to collapse. That missiles, those 200 million warheads, are going to hit this place. This is what we tell our people, but nobody seems to be afraid. It says, shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah have not done it? Again, evil goes into bad times. So should there be bad times in the city, and the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah have not done it? Yes, they're the ones doing it. Going back to Isaiah 45 and 7. I made peace and create evil. So it's the Lord doing the evil all throughout the earth. You see? So when you see tragedy, when you see horrible accidents, people get into bad situations, it's Yahweh Shema Shah that's doing it. You see? They're the ones bringing the evil and doing the evil upon the face of the earth. They're in control of all these things. Let me see. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 39. See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me. That's right. So there's no other power, there's no other God with Yahweh Shema Shai in the heavens. You see, they stand alone. They don't need any other power. You see, ain't no other power in the heavens bossing Yahweh Shema Shai around telling them what to do. It says, I kill and I make alive. That's right. Yahweh Shema Shai, they kill, man. Not some devil under the ground like these Christians may think doing the killing. No, it's Yahweh Shema Shai that's doing the killing. You see? So when you see somebody might have, fell towards their death, when you see somebody who might have had a heart attack, a stroke, died from cancer, whatever the case may be, it was Yahweh Shema Shai who put that person to death. But not only did they kill, they also have the power to make you alive. So if you get into a bad situation to where you're, faced with death, guess what? It's Yahweh Shema Shai who can keep you alive. You see? It's Yahweh Shema Shai that keeps breath in your body for you to keep on going. It reads on, I wound and I heal. That's right. So when you get hurt, you get injured, you bruise yourself badly, it's Yahweh Shema Shai behind that as well. But also, they have the power to heal you from that wound. You see, it's them that makes you whole. You see, it's them that heals your body back. Reading on, it says, neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. And that's why it's scary, to be on Yahweh Shema Shai's bad side. That's why the scriptures say what? Hebrews 10:31, one of my favorite scriptures. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. Why? Because nobody can deliver you out of their hands, man. Nobody can save you. This is 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. Backing up Deuteronomy 32, verse 39. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. And graves is a low condition pretty much. And that's exactly what Yahweh Shema Shai did to his nation, his chosen people, to you Israelites. He brought you down to the grave. He brought you down to a lower state. And that's why we're out here in America, and wherever the rest of our people are scattered around the four corners of the earth, serving out punishment under these devils, either so-called white men and these other nations, really, But Yahweh Shema Shai brought us down to a lower state as a people, as a nation. But now, they're going to bring us up and set us on high again. You see? They're going to put us on top. Verse 7, the Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. That's right. So when you see that poor man or that woman out there on the street, that poor child begging for change, ain't got no clothes, nothing to eat, they didn't make themselves poor. It wasn't a coincidence. Yahweh Shema Shai made them poor. It said what? The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. And when you see somebody might have hit the lottery or scratch off and win millions and millions and billions of dollars, or you see these celebrity stars, these entertainers who got a lot of money, they didn't make themselves rich either. It was Yahweh Shema Shai who made them rich. Yahweh Shema Shai was behind that person of getting rich. But people like to take that credit for themselves though. But it's Yahweh Shema Shai that's behind everything, that controls all. He bringeth low and lifteth up. That's right. So I'm going to get one precept, maybe two, and I'm going to close out. Let me see. Bear with me, I can.
Will the $710 senior driver stimulus funds really run out this week?
Okay. Is this a rock? 11, 14. Yep. This is Ecclesiasticus, other known as Sirach, chapter 11, verse 14. Prosperity in adversity. So prosperity pretty much when you're doing good in life, you're succeeding, you know. In adversity, the opposite of prosperity, you're catching a lot of hell, you ain't doing too good. Life and death, whether you live or whether you die. Poverty and riches. That's right. Poverty, whether you poor. Going back to 1 Samuel 2 verse 6. Whether you poor, you ain't got a lot. And riches, you got a lot. You're wealthy pretty much. It says, come of the Lord. So all these things, prosperity, adversity, life and death, poverty and riches, these things all come from the Lord. You see? Bear with me, Akim. I got one more priest and I'm going to close up. Because now that we know that the Lord controls all things, now that we know Yahweh Shemashah is the one running the show, what should you Israelites be doing? Knowing that they control all things. This is Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. Now Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans, what do the Lord Yahweh by Shemashah thy power require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy power, Yahweh by Shemashah. So the first thing that we're supposed to be doing, knowing the Lord controls all, Yahweh Shemashah requires us to fear them. You see? Which going back to Proverbs 1:7, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, which knowledge means to know. So for you to know something, for you to know and get understanding through Yahweh Shemashah, it starts off with you fearing them. It says, but to fear Yahweh thy power, to walk in all his ways. That's right. So once you fear the Lord, you got to start walking in his ways. You got to start keeping the commandments of the Bible to the best of your ability that it is. Because we know we can't keep all the commandments. But the ones you can keep, you try. And to love him, which love is to keep the commandments. And if you love the Lord and you walk in his ways, that's going to show that you love him. Because you're doing what he tells you to do. It says, and to serve Yahweh thy power with all thy heart, meaning mind. Because that's what heart goes back to. The Hebrew word allows means your mind. And with all thy soul. You see? So we need to fear the Lord. Because it's Yahweh Shemashah that controls everything. You see? The Lord controls everything. So that's my lesson. Lord willing, to hopefully that there has been edified. Till next time I say shalom.